Welcome back to Split Second. Today we're doing Big Rig Boom.
I'm here as well.
You are here. I don't know why you're still here.
Coming up on Split Second, how long
It's
can the
because
driver
you haven't
survive
told me
against
not
these
to show up
articulated
yet.
aggressors?
Well, I figured you'd just kind of drop out of this like you dropped out of everything else in your life.
Oh my gosh. I told you I was sorry about that.
Well, sorry's not good enough.
I mean, she could walk eventually.
So we've got 6 events here, like we did before. We actually start with the Elite Race Unlocked because we've been that much of ballers. But we're actually going to start with this first event, the Airplane Graveyard. This is a new track. So we used the Mohawk last chapter, but this time we've unlocked 2 new cars. This is the Ryback Bandit. It's a truck. It's a very futuristic looking sports truck with a spoiler for some reason.
Well, because you don't want them to just lift right off the track. That's what spoilers are for. They keep you on the track.
At a certain speed, yes. We've also unlocked the Cobretti GTRS, which is a Porsche type thing. It's awesome.
It looks like a paper airplane.
A little bit. We're actually going to start with the Bandit, though.
I like bandits.
Well, this is quite the track for banditry. There's nothing quite like having a standoff in a old, abandoned airplane graveyard.
But they built the set, right? So that means they had to build a bunch of broken airplanes for this.
That is true, and that's a very good observation, Turtle. I wonder how that all came about. Do you think they just were like, well, we've built our broken airplanes, let's go grab lunch, gang?
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was exactly like that. They did it in one morning, and then they were all like, alright, union rules, everyone gets a break.
Truly, this is a dystopian future because workers on sets have unions.
That's, if that's your idea of a dystopia, I'm a little concerned.
Well, my idea of a dystopia is where I can blow up a truck and wreck 5 people.
That was pretty amazing. Oh my god. Girder down. Hey, you're 2.2 seconds ahead, man.
I am 2.2 seconds ahead. Believe it or not, the Bandit actually has a really good top speed if you can get there.
Okay, no joke, this is kind of what I imagine rural America looks like, though.
It is very, like, Americana.
Oh, I think this is the first time we've seen you get wrecked by someone else.
I've been wrecked twice in this LP so far, but I'm a little salty about that.
Do not throw buses at people.
That was actually a train car.
Oh, that's okay then.
No, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. I think the guy who did the set pieces for this game went ahead and did the set pieces for Fast 8 or Fast 7, the bank heist one.
Is that the one where they jumped the Lycan Hypersport out the skyscraper?
The what? Is that a real thing? Lycan Hypersport?
Yes, that actually happens in Fast 8. Sorry, Fast 7.
What's a Lycan Hypersport?
It's a very rare car, only 5 of them exist.
And they got one? And they rolled it out of a window?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they had a backup.
Cars are expensive, right?
That particular car is expensive. It's like $3 million. Also gonna blow up these airplanes.
Ooh.
That's what the truck gets you. That didn't bother either of us.
Yeah. Wait. It just told you to how to use your power plays.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. If it thinks you haven't actually set off a level 2 power play before at this stage of the game, it will still, like, give you the little prompt to do it. It doesn't have a lot of faith in me. Then again, why should it?
Wait, did someone rebuild that bridge just so you could blow it up a second time?
No, that's actually a good question. I'm glad you brought it up. So, the way that some power plays work on track is that when you come back for round 2, if you've gotten a power play like the bridge in a certain state, then you can blow it up again, and it will do new, like, unique stuff. So that one you can just drop another section of girder on somebody.
If you drop enough sections of girder, do you drop the entire bridge?
Eventually, yes, you can actually drop the entire bridge, but you need to do 3 passes on it before you'll drop the bridge and just collapse it completely.
Nice.
It's actually really cool.
You need to load up some dubstep, though, so that when you drop the bridge, you can also drop the base.
Believe me, we will be dropping all the base once we get to the airstrike event later in this chapter. So many explosions.
My friend invited me base fishing the other day.
You don't have friends.
Or a fishing pole, so it was really unfortunate. I just find it weird that bass is a fish, but treble isn't.
That's because the fish is a bass.
No, it's bass. I learned that in like
bass.
middle school.
Did you learn it in music class?
No, I learned it in fishing 101.
Was that your elective that you took on alternate days after underwater basket weaving?
Yeah, actually. Right before above water orb weaving.
Thread, can you resolve whether or not you actually say bass or bass when referring to the fish? So we unlocked the Cobretti Nero. It's basically an Audi R8 from the front and a Mercedes something or other from the back.
Oh, so like a mullet, but for rich people.
Yeah, basically. It's like a German mullet. So let's take the Porsche out.
Yeah, Porsches are cool. They're cars that go vroom.
Well, yeah, they do, actually. That's what a lot of cars do. But this is survival. We're going to duel against the articulated aggressor.
Yeah. Mods, please, make that my new username.
Believe it or not, that was actually Macho Man Randy Savage's working title.
Well, he was a thinker, as well as a machoer.
He really was. I mean, all the little Hulksters know.
Wait, I thought Hulksters referred to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. So anyway, the objective of survival is to pass these trucks. Every truck that you pass, you get 5,000 points or more. I think it depends on how fast you pass them. But every wave, the trucks will drop a wave of blue barrels and a wave of red barrels. If you hit the red barrels, they blow you up instantly and you wreck out. But if you hit the blue ones, they just slow you down. Fortunately, I'm in the Porsche and it grips like a baller, so I'm not going to hit either of them.
It's really mean of you to beat up on Bumblebee's children like this.
Bumblebee's children are bros. Bumblebee's children actually face tank explosions for you. So you can hide behind them, and if you think that you're going to get hit by one of these red barrels, you just let Bumblebee's children take it.
Oh man, they are more than meets the eye here.
Oh, totally.
I think they're going to transform this loss into a victory.
They did, actually. Bumblebee's children are the true carry of Split Second.
I prefer Twitch.
Twitch is strong in the mid-game and has a very strong late game, but his positioning is very important.
Yeah, that's why you have him solo against Zagara. I'm going to kill these LPs. Everything I guess commentate on. That's my mission in life.
We're going to have to put a stop to that.
No, you can't contain me.
I can. I'll just not tell you when I'm doing the next recording session.
That's not how... I mean, that wouldn't be too hard, because you could literally just record it any time that you have, like, 30 minutes free, right?
Well, I mean, that was actually the plan. But we're going to take the Cobretti out again, because I'm a huge fan of the GTRS, and we're going to do Portbridge again.
I like Portbridge.
Portbridge is a fantastic track. It's very fast overall, it has some big sweepers, and I actually get to show off what the Cobretti can do in a scenario where it's not dodging red barrels.
So for my car trivia, Cobretti almost rhymes with spaghetti.
Yes, Yes, it does, Turtle.
So,
Just gonna start it off strong here. Just gonna drop a barrel on people.
that's gonna wreck his catalyzing transmutation circle.
I think at this point you're deliberately messing it up.
Oh yeah, no, I promised myself I would never get that right.
Catalytic converter.
Yeah.
Anyway, that can also blow up, and that particular power play can be a real bastard. Because it will come out of nowhere, and it's really fast, and there's not really a whole lot of counterplay to it. If it's on you, and you can't really dodge it.
Oh my gosh. I like it when an explosion pushes you across the field.
It's very kinetic.
Yeah.
It's crazy to watch, but it's even crazier to play.
Oh wait, are you not in first?
No, not right now. That guy
Oh.
up front is in first.
Wow, he must be booking it.
Yeah, no, they're incredibly fast. So now that we're actually in the 3rd out of 12 episodes, I do actually have to work for it. They will absolutely wreck my day if I'm not watching.
Can you like do a dash and catch up on him real quick?
Well, I'm kind of working on that. The Cobretti is actually relatively fast. We're getting into the section of the game where things have non-negligible top speeds. So if you give me a straight line, I'll actually go pretty fast. And this also has decent acceleration as well for where we're at. But the real way that you win with the Cobretti is that you just drift better, because it drifts like a dream.
You drift in your dreams?
I drift in my dreams all the time.
Well, there's your Fast 9. See, I want the Fast and the Furious movies to start, like, to pair up with those crappy wizard movies where everyone's, like, a really crappy stage magician.
Now you see me?
Yeah! Like, I want them to do a pair up where, like, they make a car disappear into bubbles and then he races the bubbles or something. I don't know.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah, have Vin Diesel be really tough in it and, like, shoot some guys and it'll be all good.
So that guy bumped me, and I really don't like it when people scratch me.
Oh my god, one guy almost got out and then the back half of him got chopped under the yacht. That was the best thing.
I love the yacht. The yacht is
Yeah.
fantastic. It covers pretty much the entire stretch. That guy actually got screwed a little bit. He managed to dodge the crane, but the shockwave was so bad in his little Italian sports car that he totally wrecked out. He just couldn't control it. So I'm going to take a spot, and I'm going to style all over this corner.
Consider that corner styled. Are you a corner groomer? Because that corner's got style now.
I would say that I am a corner groomer.
A corner groomer? Are we keeping that then? We're not gonna cut that.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Oh god. I'm disappointed that you did not get 27 more points.
Why would I get 27 more points?
Because then you'd have 777. Don't you know that's the luckiest number?
I didn't know that. However, I did get a new badge.
Ooh.
You actually have special, unique, hidden badges that don't show up, but you can get them anyway. And one of them is for shipwrecked. That means that you launched a ship sideways across the track and wrecked 3 people with it.
Nice.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that that's intended.
Totally. Intended gameplay. So we're going to do another Detonator event, and I know y'all have been asking in the comments for these because they're great. But we're going to be using the Ryback Thunder for this event. It's a big honkin' monster truck.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It's almost like an SVT Raptor Rally Raid truck. The description in the car select screen is because you don't want to be the guy who brought an Italian sports car to a monster truck fight.
That's amazing. I love that. When you say all these random letters, like, are they supposed to mean anything, or are they just like random letters that are part of the name?
Random letters?
Like the SVT.
No, that's Special Vehicle Team.
Right. So it means something.
Yes, it does. That's
okay.
Ford's Special Motors division.
So, like, when people say SUV, that means, like...
Sport Utility Vehicle.
Okay, yeah.
So, believe it or not, the Ryback Thunder actually drifts pretty well, despite its size. It also doesn't care if you drive through an exploding gas station, or a wrecking ball, or a train.
Oh my gosh, Detonators might be my favorite event.
Detonators are pretty great. They're up there for me with airstrike events, because you never really know what to expect until you've done it.
Yeah, this is rad.
I'm a huge fan of it. They also get really, really challenging in the later parts of the game.
Well, I imagine the later maps, like, have all sorts of stuff that'll come out and get you.
Oh, yeah. This particular part, speaking of which...
Oh my god. Oh no.
Just gonna not try drifting that.
It's not like you can brake and, like, slow down.
You really can't. There's very little margin for error in Detonator events.
Oh my gosh, you only had like a second and a half to finish that. You were at like 1:35:56 or something.
Well, in that particular run, I didn't really make a lot of outstanding mistakes. There were a couple times where I had issues getting the truck to drift just because of the weight of it, and if you go back and watch, there's actually a little bit where I nudged one of the sidewalls just when I'm starting out because I forgot how freaking big this thing is. But we've also unlocked the Cobretti Vortex, and this is that little Italian hypercar that everybody else was driving. It's really fast.
This one's not like a joke like SUV. This one's serious. What is a hypercar?
So, supercars basically are cars that are bred for racing and driving, you know, like performance-wise, but they're a step above, like, performance coupes, or, you know, just nice cars in general. Supercars are the sorts of cars that you buy if you have a lot of money and no sense. So, like, Lamborghinis are supercars. Hypercars are a step above that.
How do you breed a car? Like, you can't breed cars. They're not living things.
I mean, not with that attitude.
Like, I don't care how much you use the turkey baster, it's just not gonna work.
Who says I'm the one using the turkey baster?
I mean, I would hope. If you're not gonna baste your own turkey, then what's even the point, really?
Is that what the kids are calling it now? So anyway, I've decided that I want to use the truck for this event because I mentioned before that the trucks are really grippy, so that actually makes airstrike events not terrible as long as you can get around the individual missiles.
I mean, you always get it in one go, so I don't really see what the problem is.
Well, I just want to show off what the truck can actually do if you give it a little bit of time and get used to the handling. It's very different from your typical Ryback, but it's fun. It's surprisingly agile for a car that weighs 3 tons.
Ryback sounds like a delicious kind of bread.
I would eat Ryback.
Wouldn't you? Like, I would cook a Ryback roast. Oh my gosh, that is so many missiles.
They actually pile on the missiles pretty fast, to the point where I have to drift around missiles.
That's kind of amazing. I like watching this big car slide around.
It has a very lazy driving style.
Though I'm kind of confused why the heavier cars are harder to drift, because wouldn't they, like, just slide around with all the inertia?
Oh, you mean like a block of ice or something like
yeah.
that? They have a lot of momentum, but they They just can't break loose in a particular fashion necessary to drift.
Have you tried putting a little tequila in the tank?
No, I've never tried that. I'm sure that would work out really well. But basically, what you have to do is you have to give it a little nudge. But you have to give it more of a little nudge, so it becomes an actually big nudge.
Big Nudge was also my nickname in high school. Mods, please. Big Nudge. Articulated aggressor, please.
I don't think any of the mods are still watching this. So anyway, we're going to go on to the elite race, but this one's on Ferry Wharf, so a lot of stuff's going to get blown up.
Oh, I would be careful. The Hammer Torpedo. Oh no, that's two names. I thought that was the Ham Torpedo. I was really excited. I really wanted there to be a ham torpedo.
Well, there isn't a ham torpedo, but there are explosions.
Oh. Oh my god. I can't even comment because so many things are happening at once.
There's a very large volume of explosions going on right now. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty hot in here.
I don't know why I'm still, like, entranced when that happens, but every time...
Because it's great!
I forget it happens every time, and every time it happens, I'm just, like, so excited.
Yeah, so this is what's actually supposed to happen when you make that jump, as opposed to getting physicsed into the lower level.
Do you get to choose your number, or are you always number 75?
You're not always number 75. I'm not really sure how the numbers work. I think it's actually assigned to each individual car, but it may or may not also be randomly generated. I've never really paid attention to it. At the end of the day, I'm always number 1.
Oh, that's so special that you feel that way. Don't let anyone ever take that away from you.
So I do actually get the Cobretti to break loose on these sort of wider corners, just so I can show off what it can do. It drifts really well. It basically loses no speed, and it's super controllable. But Raptor shows up to ruin my day.
I like that your car is like yelling at you to jump, as though you have... Hey, Raptor.
Raptor's an asshole. Oh, also I'd like to point out that you can actually hit those propane tanks that are rolling around inside the ship, and they do explode.
Oh my gosh, Raptor, no. He was my only friend. Oh, okay. Hello, Vixen.
Yeah, Vixen and Raptor are absolutely your number 1 threats on these if you're trying to win them.
I really wish we had done more episodes of this before I named my cat, because these are all great cat names.
We're actually going to go into this train yard, not really because I wanted to wreck anybody out with the boat, but just because I needed access to more explosions. I kind of exhausted my reserve. So this gets us back out onto the main run. We've actually built up a decent lead, which again is something that doesn't really happen a lot when you're racing the elites.
I've noticed there's a lot of shadow on these runs.
There is. It's just dark enough. I like racing through the inside of the ship.
I do too.
Because every car has a lot of weight, you actually do feel it when you're trying to drive uphill to get out of the boat. Like, gravity will pull you down.
Does this have rumble support for your controller? Like, does it shake?
It does.
Oh, that's nice.
Raptor and Vixen came back, but...
Oh. Those poor drones. I wonder if they took the drivers out of the cars for, like, because it was like Disney, and Disney was like, no, we can't.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Disney's like, come on, man. Is that a blood smear you put on one of those? You can't do that. I just think this would be so much better with, like, Gibbs going everywhere after every explosion. Like, the course progressively just gets more and more chunky, if you know what I mean.
No, absolutely.
Like, just filled with people jam.
Well, I mean, the split-second verse does not follow the chunky salsa rule.
Oh. But they do run in the shadows.
They do run in the shadows.
I don't know where I'm going with that, and we don't have enough time left for me to go somewhere with that.
Yeah, well, we're just lucky we haven't messed with the Azzies yet. Anyway, let's do Sunset Fire.
Next time on Split Second.
Yeah. It's so good and so stupid.
I feel like Split Second would definitely be a TV show in the Idiocracy universe.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Idiocracy was one of the main influences on this game.
I think my favorite thing was it saying that delicate throttle control.
Yeah, there is nothing delicate about my throttle control.